Thank you, I think, Mary. Mary, I'm honored to have been asked to participate in this program tonight. It was a real job to write these words on it. Wait a minute, that's a misprint. I thought I typed joy. Oh well, maybe it was a Freudian slip.
What's a Freudian slip, Major?
Well, a Freudian slip can be an error in speech that is interrupted as occurring due to some dynamically repressed or subdued wish or train of thought. And Mary, maybe some dramatically repressed or subdued wish made me type job rather than joy. But I must admit, I have experienced some sleepless nights trying to think of something appropriate to say about you in public. And unfortunately, those nights ended with no success. I thought maybe I could perhaps do what you did for me at my roast, and let's go well over the time allotted for each participant to speak. And Mary, I was not the author of the anonymous zing in the program tonight, but I must confess that it was the first time I ever heard someone who could out-talk an echo. And yet you ultimately, you said what was so complimentary and true. It was really no wonder you took such a long time to say it. So considering my subject matter tonight, I did not think reciprocation would work so well. I met Mary shortly after coming to Tallahassee in 1991. I had been a Rotarian for a number of years in Jacksonville. My colleagues on the bench, Steve Grimes and Ben Overton, introduced me to the Rotary Club of Tallahassee. Mary and I became good friends and often ate lunch together. We enjoyed time together before she moved south to Florida International University. You know, I vividly remember and recall each time she and I had lunch together, she made a point of telling me that she and Lucy Ho were the first women to be admitted into the membership of the Rotary Club of Tallahassee in March of 1989. You know, as I got to know her, I used to think, here is Mary Pankowski, a woman who has succeeded in every aspect of her life, the oldest of 9 children, and she has survived. And as you have heard, she was adored by them. She has had a long and lovely and wonderful marriage to a wonderful husband and 3 wonderful children. And then on top of that, Mary has successfully achieved every academic and professional goal she ever sought to attain, including, and don't forget, she was one of the first 2 women inducted to the Rotary Club of Tallahassee. You know, I must tell you, I had the pleasure in 1994 of having one of her children, Anne Marie, as a law clerk in my office at the court. She was there during the summer of 1994. She had just completed her first year of law school at the University of Virginia. She was so bright and such a phenomenal asset to the office. And she was so proud of her mother, who was one of the first 2 women to have been admitted. And yet, you know, as I got to know Mary, despite all of these successes, there was something that just kept nudging her. Something that you could just tell, make her want to say, I just don't think I have done it all. Something, you know, there's something missing. I did not know what that was until she took the law school admission test again and applied to law school. It was then that I caught on that she had sent her daughter to spy on me at the Supreme Court. She was asking herself, well, what is there about Major Harding that makes him so smart, so sophisticated, and so worthy of emulation? Yeah, you know, what is there about Major Harding that makes me wonder, because I've really done it all? And then it struck. He's a lawyer. I know I was surprised when I found she had applied to law school, but then when you look at the motivation, what else could you expect? Mary, we've had fun talking about the law school years, but in retrospect, it was just like the rest of her life. Law school was just a small step to achieve her ultimate goal. But my friends, the bold realities of life and the beautiful landscape changed when she was confronted with the bar exam. One last hill to climb, one last hurdle to jump, and her whole future seemed dependent upon this one event. It was the bar exam that became such an obsession, a topic of conversation, almost as much as the fact that she was one of the first women to have been admitted to the Rotary Club of Tallahassee. But, my friend, she took the bar exam and she waited. Now, it was a practice at the court for the bar exam results to be submitted to the justices for approval early in the morning when they were submitted. After the results were circulated and the judges had signed off an approval list, the bar exam results were then posted on the internet and the website, and later on in the afternoon the applicants could look and check and see if they had passed or not. And like all of the others, Mary was supposed to wait until the grades were posted on the website later that day. But you know, knowing how uptight and how apprehensive she was, I thought as a good friend I would call her with the news that she had passed. And she seemed really appreciative of my reaching out to her with the call and to let her know early, before anyone else, that she had passed. But you know, contrary to all of the anxiety that she had previously expressed when I called, from her response, I sensed something like, well, what did you expect? After all, I was one of the first women to have been admitted to the Rotary Club of Tallahassee. So through the years, our friend Mary, loving wife, caring mother, awesome grandma, multiple graduate degrees, and yes, one of the first women to join Tallahassee Rotary, successful professional career. She goes to law school, she passes the bar, and I can tell you folks without contradiction that someone with her qualifications would be in great demand by any prestigious law firm for a position of a partner at the very beginning. And yet she chose to become an assistant state attorney. Evidently, she had now hit the very goal for which she had always ultimately strived. Just in passing, and for what it's worth, it should be noted that Major Harding was once a juvenile court judge in Jacksonville. So not only being in juvenile court like Major Harding, she was now prosecuting children. And given her life experience with young people, her many siblings, her children, and the multitude of students in her academic life, one could wonder maybe the ultimate goal was not to be like Major Harding, but to have a little payback time by prosecuting children. Mary, without reservation, you've become a dear and wonderful friend to Jane and me. We have walked through the valleys and climbed the high hills together. It's been a joy to be on the phone each Wednesday morning and hear her cheery voice say, "Good morning, good person. What about a ride to Rotary?" And of course, I'm always glad to give a ride to Rotary to one of the first women who were admitted to the Rotary Club here in Tallahassee. And yet, when I hear her voice, I know the stars are aligned in the heavens and all is right with the world. Thank you, Mary, for being a magnificent person and for being a wonderful friend. We love you.